Hello, and welcome to King POSH's Garage. Today I'm showing you my all-wheel drive race tune, or tunes. At least I'm showing this one right now. It's the 2013 Ford Shelby GT500. It's an S1-900. And yeah, so let's get into it. This one actually has the stock engine in there, as you can open up the engine compartment and see the nice big engine in there. It is pretty wild with the big spoiler in the back. It's got the stock rims on there as well. So let's get right into this. I made this tune pretty quick. When I was playing with my friends online the other night, they wanted to change up on the Mustang, so I said, you know, I'll change up on my Mustang too. And I came up with this within like 3 or 4 minutes. I already had the car. I threw on as many upgrades on it as possible, and I threw a simple tune on there, and you're going to see the simple tune. You're going to see what I'm running. So there's the share code, at least for it. You got it? Good. So let's just get right into what I threw onto the car. Then I'll show you the tune and show you other cars that I run with. So like I said, it's got the stock engine, all-wheel drive, twin turbo. It's got downforce in the front, massive spoiler in the back for downforce, nothing in the front. It's got the slick race tire compound. This is great for, all weather, even in rain. You just got to be easy in the rain, but you'll be all right. It's not too bad. Maxed out 285s in the front and maxed out 315s in the back. When you're tuning these race cars, this is your prime. You want to make sure you have good race tire compound on there and max out your tire width. Then you work around everything else. Alright, like this, I just had the stock rims. They looked fine. 19s in the front, 20s in the rear. And also try to maximize your track width for both the front and the rear. Just gives you more, handling. And then I just used the stock transmission. I tried like a stock or like a 6-speed, something like that. Got the stock drive line in this one just to keep it an S1-900. That's what you're really working around. Use your race differential. Make sure you have race brakes. If you don't, try to use like sport brakes if you can. You got the race springs and dampeners. You could run a drift kit if you wanted to. Sometimes it makes the car lower. Like this, it's just by 1/2 an inch. But I decided to just use race springs on this thing. And you make sure you got your anti-roll bars in there. And then the roll cage is up to you. As you can know, I couldn't put it in there just because it would take me up to an S2, either one of them. But if you want that extra stiffness in the body and the chassis, that you can do that. Here I just have the sport weight reduction. At least I put something in there. If anything, you could always go down the street weight reduction, add more stuff into your car if you want to. Say if you want more power and you're not getting enough, just skip some of that weight and do it that way. So this thing has 1,042 horsepower, so it has everything in here. I had to not take the race weight reduction and just put it on the other one right below it, just so I could maximize my power out of the vehicle. And this vehicle was doing pretty well while I was racing with everybody, with a whole bunch of friends. There were 6 of us, 5 or 6 of us, and it did well. It did very, very well. So there's what I had on the car. Okay, and then this is just like my run-of-mill tune. As you can tell, 0 to 60 is in 1.4 seconds, and 0 to 100 in 3.7 with a top speed of 195 miles an hour. And this is just what I just came up with. You could tweak the gearing more. You know, as you can tell, my front-wheel drive it didn't even max down. It's at 223, so you can go down even more. You know, but I have it at 223. So it's up to you how you do all that stuff. This is just the basics of what you would want to put on your race cars, Jeff. This is for you. Just do the negative 1.1, negative 0.7, do a 4 out. You can do out like 2 or 3, you know, and just play with it. You know, this here you can also, if you're having troubles trying to turn, you want to turn more, you can also try 8. You can do that. You go up to 15, 2.0 in. Just see which one works best for you. You can tell your 0-60s do change, like that made it slower, but it turns harder. So you can do that, and then just leave your front caster at 7. As it looks, my top speed went 0.1 down, but it's just because the game's broken. Anti-roll bars, that's up to you. You can have them soft, you can have them stiff, you can have them 20 and 20. You can do 1990 in the front and 1790 in the rear, or you can switch them around. But just if you're on the fly, just do 65 and see how that does for you. Now this I did boost this up a little bit for for my friend Jeff here. This was at 636, so I brought it up 100 more pounds to the rear, and it seems to turn a little bit better for you. So yeah, you're just gonna do 700, 736, or you can go higher than 736. You got a 750. You know, if you need the back end a little bit more stiffer to help you take the turns better, that's where you can do it. Make sure your vehicle is low as it can go. This is my dampening. This is what I usually run: 10, 9, 6, and 4. But you can like do 10s all the way down. And just mess with those numbers and just see how your car reacts while you're doing like S-turns and whatnot. Aero, I just maximized the downforce. I figured, you know, it's an arcade game, you know, it's not all realistic, so just max them out. Who cares, you know? Now if you're like OCD, you know, and you don't like 431, you can do 430, you can do 570 and just have those numbers, or you can do 400 and 500. It is up to you. Braking, this is usually what I use for my braking for my race cars. Now you can leave it stock. Sometimes it even stops better in just 50 and 100, but I just use this just because I think it stops faster, for me at least. Alright, and then this is differential I use. 13, 0, 33, 50. This is just what I use on the fly. Not to get like totally into it while I'm trying to, get, bang out these tunes out as fast as I can, so I can just get right to the racetrack and race with my friends. So that's my go-to. 13, 0, 33, 50. And then your center bounds, you can go for like 57. I made it slower, but that's okay. You can do 57, like I was doing 62. You can go 65 or 70. Find your best 0 to 60, 0 to 100 that way, and run it. So 62 was my best I could get with the 0 to 60 and 0 to 100. And my best top speed, so I went with 62%. And that's the tune. That's what I run. And it works. It works well. Like I said, the gearing could always be moved around. Work your first gear, second gear, try to get a better 0 to 60, 0 to 100. It takes off. This thing's very fast. So see, I could have worked the gears a little bit more. This thing does turn. It turns very good. I'm on my brakes most of the time just because it turns really good now. You know, the back end might come out a little bit sometimes, but I mean, if you're like a drifter like I am, that's okay. We can usually handle those cars. See, and it's not that bad. I was able to just fly through there, no problem. You know, and it's good on the brakes. I think the brakes work really good. Now you got some of that little tire spin. You just turn the wheel the other way, and you're already moving. So see, it handles pretty darn good. It gets the job done. That's the whole thing, is just getting the job done. All right, now like my other cars that I have that I don't have shared, you know, like I do have the Aston Martin. If you guys have seen that video, I use this one. This is a great car to use, especially for like speed traps and whatnot. Another car I use for speed traps is the Radical. It's an X-Class car, but it's very like Indy car like, minus that the you know, you're inside a capsule on this thing. And this thing, I'll just show you the tune I have on that. Like, it's going to be close, 0 to 60 in 1.5, top speed 253. Everything's spread out on this one for the 6th gear, but as you can tell, even though this is a mid-engine car, it's still got the same exact tune as my Ford Mustang, the Shelby. The anti-roll bars are in here, but they're just stock. I even have his ride height maxed out, just so then I don't. It would be too low. Sometimes when a vehicle's too low, you're gonna run into issues when you're racing, bumps, rocks, whatnot. And as you can tell, my rear is a lot higher on this one, and it turns very, very well. All right, so it's 300 more pounds in the rear. But the dampening, look, I got 10, 8, 6, 4. It's just like the other one. The other one was 10, 9, 6, 4. So I just brought the rear down a little bit more on that. Downforce, I just maxed it out, and I'm still hitting over 250 miles per hour. So there's that. This one doesn't have any brakes, should. And then this one, I didn't even touch the differential. All that really mattered to me was the alignment. So, and it got the speed trap done that I needed, and didn't have to really touch much except that alignment on this one. I just threw on a simple tune on it just like 2 days ago, just to see how it would do, you know, and it turns pretty darn well. But I did it for speed. All I had to do was a short turn, and it did fine. And so we're going about 100 miles an hour there, you know. And it got up to speed quick. And the brakes are good too. So there's a lot more things I could do to this thing, like, you know, tweak the differential a little bit more, you know. So like I said, I like that 13 and 0. You know, you just do the 33 there, 50, should be okay. It still does very good on there. I'm not really going to have to touch much there. Turns a little bit better. very fast. Get it up to 201 miles per hour, slam on those brakes. Take that back end sideways a little bit. And take off. So as long as you just use that, you know, at least that alignment, and use this differential, it's going to be your best start. And it doesn't matter what power you're pushing out of the vehicle, that alignment and that differential is all you're going to need for now. You know, you can do the fine tuning later down the road. You know, don't worry about all that other stuff. You know, my Corvette of choice right here, a B700. Let's look at my tuning for that. This is my rally off-road, on-road car. I used this car in Horizon 4. Of course, it had different tires on it, but this one has, like, you know, 18.5, 18.5 on there. That's how that is. But look, you can do negative 1.1, negative 0.7. Leave these at zeros. Take this down to 2 for your off-road. You know, everything else maxed out. Low. This is just my rally build for that. You know, so if you want to know what my rally racing tunes are, you know, that's what these are. I just have these downforced just so I'd have a top speed of 146 miles per hour. 145 is what I was really looking for. Since it's an off-road one, I put more tire pressure to the rear just so it buffers it when you're trying to stop on dirt, on loose rocks. But as you can tell, my differential is exactly the same as all of my other race cars, 13, 0, 33, 50, and 57. You know, so you keep those, you know, just use that number in your race cars and you'll be fine. Alright, this is my favorite B-Class 700. I don't think I've shared it because, well, nobody ever really would use it. They would find other cars that are faster. I just like it because A, it's a Corvette, B, I can make it all-wheel drive, and it's got 405 horsepower, which is plenty, and it does wonders off-road. As you can tell, this thing is a tight turner. That's what I like about it. And I tried to show this video of this car before, and nobody really watched it. They just didn't care. And it was even my hearted section. It's my favorite off-road vehicle. It's got the 405 horsepower is enough, you know, and it does wonders off-road. I've done many, you know, Forzathons with this tune. And with this car, it is an absolute beast. I absolutely love it. Turns good, has no issues. It's great on the road and off-road. You can see how well it gripped on road. Well, it does the same thing on a dirt road. It is just absolutely wonderful. Like I said, I don't think I shared it. We'll see, though. I don't think it's up there. Oh, no, look at that. There is one. I forgot that I shared it. Well, if you guys want this, definitely check out this Corvette 01 1970. You're going to absolutely love it. It's my favorite rally off-road car. But yeah, I just never chose to make a video of it because I just didn't think anybody would watch it. So there's that car. So that's my go-to when it's B-Class, you know. We have the TTRS Coupe, and a lot of those guys, they like it. It's alright. It does good for speed and whatnot. It could work for some, like, turning abilities. But, like, my alignment there is negative 1.1, negative 0.7, negative 1.5, and out 0.2. And that one's also 13, 0, 33, 50. And that one's actually got 45. It's actually got more power going to the front wheels. just to help it turn harder when I'm you know, going fast. It all works out because it's just such a short wheelbase car. I had to work around all of that stuff. This right here, this Volkswagen Beetle, I think my friend Jeff hates this car. I think that's the one he doesn't like. This one, yeah, you know, it's got that mid-engine, but, you know, let's look at the alignment. This one's stock. This one is stock. Have I even touched this? No, I haven't even touched it. So we're not even going to worry about it. That's probably why I haven't touched it. But I do have a tune for it. It's in Horizon 4, I believe. I have to pick that up and you know, show that tune sometime, because that was a great A800. I absolutely loved it. My Evolution, this is another vehicle I use for my when I was doing like the speed races. I used to use it a lot in Horizon 4, and I used it for jumps because it would just glide. And like there, you got negative 1.10, you got a 2, and there's a 0 on that one, so you can always try that. Leave that at 7. Same, almost the same, 13.0, but I was trying something. I was trying 21% and 100%. And 66. I was able to do 281.9 miles per hour, so it works perfect. Sorry if you're hearing kids' music in the background, but yeah, you just run those alignments and you'll be fine. You'll have no issues whatsoever, and you'll be able to do those races. You know, you can tweak everything else in between on your own. You know, nope, that one's stock. I haven't even touched that one yet. I thought I did. I have a paint job on it. I thought I did something to it, but that one's stock. Yeah, there's a few cars that I use. I'm pretty sure if you saw the Tachyon Speed, you would see what I'm running on that one. You know, there's just a couple other cars I need to, you know, get working on. There's a nice Chevy in here that I painted myself. Yeah, there's this one. But we'll worry about that later. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This one here, it's got 500 horsepower, and it's probably got the same thing. It's got downforce on it. You know, go over to here, go to my tune setups, like 18.5, got all that. Yeah, just, this is a rally build also. This was what I was first tuning, and then I got my 1971 tuned down, and I use that more often. Even though this one has a top speed, I'm not really worried about that. But look, 13.0, 33, 50, 57. So run the alignments like I told you to, and run this differential, and then everything else in between you can tweak as you go. I wouldn't worry about too much. Maybe tweak the gearing, you know, make the tires grip a little bit better. It's not rocket science. Don't treat it as rocket science, and you guys will pull through. Well, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and hopefully hopefully I gave you the information you needed to succeed better in this game. And I'll see you guys next time. Stay speedy, my friends.